Teachers could soon be allowed to work from home in a bid to cut the huge numbers of teaching staff who quit their jobs each year. The Education Secretary, Bridget Phillipson, is expected to tell head teachers to allow marking and planning to be done away from the classroom. In the academic year 2022 to 2023, about 32,000 teachers left the profession.
What do you make about working from home? Now, we're very glad you two don't work from home, that you're in here every
Well, we all did during the
pandemic,
isn't it? We all did during the pandemic, and I hated it.
But we understand that teachers are going to be encouraged to do work from home. Now, a lot of people would think, hang on a moment, surely teachers need to be in classrooms and need to be in charge of pupils. But Labour wants to tackle a recruitment crisis and believes that teachers are leaving the profession in their droves because they can't balance what they have to do at home, particularly, for instance, working mums, looking after sick kids who have time off school, or doing the school run. If you allow them a whole chunk of free periods, let's say on a Friday, then they could work from home.
Working doing what, though? What, marking?
Yes, doing the
Preparing
marking,
lessons?
exactly.
But they do it now. Anyone who knows any teachers, and for good or worse, I know quite a few teachers.
My sister was a teacher. She worked a lot at the kitchen table.
So, so this is not your classroom time. This is. Do you have to stay?
No, this would be classroom time.
No, it's marking. No, you've got to be in front of class to teach kids and do sport or whatever.
But it would be in school time.
Yes, but it is the time when you would be doing the marking. Now, currently, you'd have to be stuck in a staff room or wherever. This is you could do from home. I think it's a good idea. And as a trust, now remember, most or many schools, certainly most secondary schools now, are run by trusts, which are charitable or private companies. They're not run by a local authority. But they've trialled it and they say it's better, it works better, and it means you stop teachers leaving because they feel greater satisfaction at work and they can balance their own lives.
It's not just teachers, though, is it? I mean, we have a policy, apparently, that civil servants now should be turning up at the office 3 days a week.
People work
but apparently the Labour government has quietly said we're not going to enforce that, basically.
It's not just civil servants.
And the business secretary says it can be just as effective. How does he know? But how do they know this? What research have they done to show whether working from home you do get the same level of productivity? Because I'd be highly suspicious.
I'll tell you why.
If you're at home, there's the fridge, there's the garden, there's the shops round the corner, take the dog for a walk.
And you work from home.
Is that what you're up
You sometimes work from home. I hope your editor's not watching.
Let's be realistic about it.
I mean,
let's be realistic about it.
Let's
it's a
be
great
realistic.
opportunity. Whereas if you're in the office, you're working all day. Of course there's an opportunity to skive, and people are.
Working from home are people who would skive when they're in the office.
Come on,
now, there's a lot of people can't.
Get real.
There's a lot of people.
It's easier to skive at home.
There is a lot of people
who
can't work from home. I remember getting on a flight just before COVID, and the pilot announced, "You'd be pleased to know I'm not working from home today."
Exactly.
And of course, I think most people probably can't work from home, but there's a lot of big banks do it with people who do your credit checks, do your security checks. I know somebody who does it.
Slippery slope.
A slippery slope. It's accepting we live in the 21st
I'll tell you
century.
who's had enough of it, the boss of Amazon, a guy called Andy Jassy. He's told all his staff across the world that they're going to have to turn up at the office 5 days a week from January, no arguments.
Because he's obviously concluded, it's a very successful company, he's not getting what he was getting out of them before.
As we know,
he looks at the before and the...
Of course he does.
As we know, Amazon
Unlike the business secretary.
Amazon has a reputation as a slave-driving company, which is why you've had all those revolts and strikes in depots in Britain.
It's not slave-driving to ask people to turn up at the office.
The office work is different. But let's wait until he finds it more difficult to recruit staff, because people will go to better employers. If they're offered some form of flexibility,
going to work is
quite
a good thing. We've got all these problems with mental health in this country now. Going to work is quite a good thing. You interact socially. You can have discussion and discourse.
I feel for the 20-somethings who are starting out on their careers. If you're isolated at home, you're not having a social life, and you're not potentially meeting partners. There's a lot of people meet their partners.
Of course they do.
And you learn from your colleagues, just chatting.
That's why it's important to go to work.
But that's about getting the balance right. It doesn't mean you have to be in the same workplace 5 days a week, 8, 10 hours, 12 hours.
He's going home after this.